Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa West, and a couple of weeks ago I got my bike refurbished, and a lot of you asked me to do a video on it after, which I found kind of funny, except for that, funnily enough, this has a lot to do with yoga, so it makes a great video. So a few weeks ago, I started to get a real desire for a new bike. I wanted a brand new cruiser bike. Specifically, I wanted this really beautiful Electra Daisy cruiser bike. It was really beautiful, and I started to get a real hankering after it. So I went out and I started to test drive cruiser bikes, and you know what? I realized I didn't really need a new bike. I had a perfectly good bike at home. And here's my perfectly good bike. This is my 20-year-old bike. I got it during my first year of university in my undergrad. And so I decided that I would have this bike refurbished instead, so that it was like a cruiser, only it had better features than a cruiser. So let me tell you what this has to do with yoga. It has to do with the yamas and the niyamas. So the first yama is ahimsa, nonviolence. So by not getting a new bike, I'm being nonviolent to the earth, because now one day I only have one bike to put in a landfill somewhere. Secondly, I am honoring the yama of satya, truthfulness, because when I was honest with myself, I actually liked my old bike better. Because when I tried out the cruisers, they only had one gear, and you had to back pedal to brake, and I actually liked the features of my old bike better. It had more gears, so I could gear up and gear down and go up and down hills more easily. And on our bike paths by the lake here, there are lots of hills, and so I kind of liked having the gears still. And I liked my brakes by my hands. I don't know, the cruisers kind of felt like kids' bikes, and I liked the more sophisticated options on my grown-up bike, if I was honest with myself. And then if we move on to the yama of santosha, contentment, it tells us to be happy with what we have. And so I could be happy with my bike, absolutely. Finally, the niyama of aparigraha, non-hoarding, would say that we don't need to take more than we need. I already had a bike. It was a perfectly good bike. So what I decided to do instead was to refurbish it so that it had the best options of the cruisers on my old bike. So what I did was I got new handlebars on it. So, and it used to be more like a mountain bike. So I got new handlebars. It has a longer stem on it now, so it's higher. And the handlebars are raised up and closer, so I can sit up like a cruiser now. I got new grips on it so that my wrists are straight. They're ergonomically designed so that you rest the heels of your hands here so you don't flex your wrists too much. I got new tires on it so it rides more smoothly on the roads. And I got a new seat, and it's so much more plush and more comfortable than my old seat. So that's my newly refurbished bike, and it rides like a cruiser now, and I'll give you a little show of it. Yeah, I'll ride around the block for them. Don't you think they'll want to see how it rides like a cruiser?
Sure. Go ahead.
Finding a great yoga class is becoming more costly and difficult. Now there's a better way to self-improvement in the privacy of your own home. Visit Dr. Melissa West at melissawest.com and start getting free weekly online videos. Real yoga for real people.